Hello again, my name is Jeff and thank you for joining me on part 2 of our restoration. This is little Jenny girl. She's a Chow and is always helping me and getting in my way, but she loves to be out when I'm working, so she is included in some part of it. And this is the 1972 Mobylette X7. I left you last time after just putting on the number plate lightly because we had to put the rear tail light in, and as you can see it's cracked. It's hard to get any replacement for these. You can get the lenses but not the actual casing, and that sandwiches between the bracket, as you can see at the top, and the red lens at the rear. So I'm going to have a little go at plastic welding today. Later on you will see this is called mix and match because nothing totally went to plan. I'm now going around with some sticky tape just to hold the cracks in position for now. As you can see later on, I did paint this with a mustard yellow, which looks nothing like the fuel tank, so I thought, well, I'll buy some yellow paint and try again. But you can see later on I had to change things over again, as you'll see a little bit later on. Now what I'm doing, I've got this liquid gas soldering iron, and I'm just going over the inside of the cracks from the inside, and just trying to make a little groove in those areas. Obviously not going too deep. Now I've got a little bit of cable tie. I was hoping to use some yellow, which I'm sure I had, which I couldn't find, but which I found once I'd used the black, but never mind, it is on the inside. And just slowly melting the cable tie into that crack that we'd sort of ironed out with the soldering iron. So you can't quite see this. And then once that's into position, then just go over again with a soldering iron just to melt it in a little bit better. Okay, you can now take the tape off. Hopefully these will hold in place. After this I did actually put a little bit of plastic putty into the cracks and sanded it down and then painted it. But there we go, it's now all painted. It has come up nice. But this is mustard yellow, it's a Vauxhall colour, and it doesn't exactly match the tank. It doesn't look too bad in the picture, but the tank is a bright yellow, and this is, even though it is a mustard yellow, and the paint is mustard yellow Vauxhall. I'll put the light back on and the cabling is all done. So now I've decided to move on to the front. As you can see, this is the new gaiters, which will go out of the bottom of the suspension arms, and I've also got some chrome tops to go in at the end. Well, I've just unscrewed a little bolt which has got two little grooves in it. That's unscrewed, and then the chrome top comes off, and then you can just pull the springs out of the bottom. So now with the left hand spring. I was hoping to show you the sandblasted. That didn't come out, but as you can see, I've sandblasted and powder coated the ends of the suspension arms. That's done with a nickel silver, and I've also sandblasted the brackets that hold the mudguard on, and there we are after painting with the black powder coat. Right, so this is the brand new mudguard. It's made of fiberglass. Now I painted this in yellow, proper yellow. Unfortunately this paint was absolutely useless. It's a bit thicker than water. So this is it painted again back to the mustard yellow. And there's the brackets all in place. So I've decided to go for this mustard yellow, which is a high coat paint, double acrylic, which I do like. It doesn't run. As you can see, just getting them into between the suspension arms there, it does scuff the paint a little bit. With the other new one, this is the original mudguard now, but with the original one we had to change it. This Jenny girl getting very fed up now with all this chopping and changing. Well, now I've got the gaiters over the springs right at the bottom of the suspension arms, and I've well greased the springs and the metal bar, and that just slides nicely back into the suspension casing. And just wait for the little bolt to come out the top. Now the new chrome piece on top, which came from Mobylette spares, and then the little nut with the groove in it, which will just hold it in place for now. I'll tighten it up later. And then in with the second one, slightly different. The one on the right hand side has got the bracket for the brakes when they go on. Also, I managed to get hold of a new steering head bolt. This one was a little bit rusty. I was going to try and chrome it, but they're actually zinc plated, but this is a brand new one. Also from Mobylette spares. And this is how I tighten up the little nuts with the grooves in, just using a circlip plier. It seems to work. So that's a nice chrome tops done and a new steering head stem. I've also now pushed the gaiters on. There's a lip around the knurled area at the bottom there, and that holds it on, and that also helps keep some of the grease in. Now I've had a bit of a change here with the number plate. I've actually bought a brand new one now, actually the legal size, so that will go on, but I've had to change the light again. I did put that back to yellow paint, and it's now gone back to mustard yellow, so I do apologise for the mucking about, but that's how I've decided to stick with this mustard yellow paint, so it does look much better. So now just pushing the wire back through the back, and it bolts over the two bolts you can see sticking out of the tank. Now it's a bit difficult to get your fingers in there to get the bolts on, so just using a 8mm socket, and I just put a little bit of paper in the socket and just push the nut in, which stops it going all the way down. You can get it into the socket. It makes it easier now just to push it onto the bolt, and that will screw down quite easily. The other bolt was a little bit more difficult. I won't bother showing you that, but this, you have to put the earth wire onto the other bolt. So obviously I had to hold the little washer and then bolt that on separately. I've also only got one screw for this light lens. I'm looking out for another one as soon as I can. That will actually make things better. Perhaps I'll try and get 2 new screws if I can. But so that's about it for today. I'm sorry it's a bit mix and match. We've now bolted on the, can now bolt the new number plate on. Thank you very much for watching. Please join me again for the next episode, episode 2. On behalf of Jenny Girl and myself, please take care out there. Goodbye for now. Thank you.